Hello everybody, my name's Isaiah, and today I wanted to have a bit of a chat about the Intellivision Amico. So a couple of years back, I witnessed this console being announced, and I thought that's pretty cool. I like all these old, IPs, all these old um, consoles coming back. Although the Atari VCS, wasn't very good. But maybe this might be a home run. You never know. So yeah, pretty excited when it was announced a couple of years ago. Along with I think the Atari was around about then. Anyway, I kind of forgot about it, and then yeah, it pops up at E3. And I've got family members who did play the original Intellivision when they were younger. They'll think, oh yeah, cool, how good's that? So we whacked it on. We watched Xbox, pretty impressive. Nintendo's E3, pretty impressive. And yeah, the Intellivision one, it was it was kind of interesting. So it starts with this guy. He's the CEO of Intellivision, Tommy Tallarico, and he's basically just talking about himself, talking about all the games he's worked on. Aladdin, which is pretty cool. I played Aladdin on the Game Boy. He was talking about his Guinness World Records, most games worked on, and blah blah blah. And I'm thinking, get to the footage, get to the gameplay, and so he's going on about that. There's all there's all his Guinness World Records, all the games he's worked on. I'm kind of skeptical because he did make the music, so it's not like he actually designed the games or went in and programmed anything for the games. From what I understand, his company just supply some of the sound and music for it. So I guess for some of the games, probably puts a lot of effort into it. Some of the games probably just uses sound effects, stock sound, stock music. But anyway, we were thinking, what is this guy going on about? Can we get to the actual game? So they show the Intellivision, people playing it. That's it there. Interesting looking console. It's got the touchscreen. Now I hate touchscreens, especially for gaming. It's going to really suck not having any buttons on the face. I know it's got this dial here, but I don't know why they went with the touchscreen. So yeah, Tommy keeps talking about himself and what the console is going to do. So it's aimed at non gamers, so casual gamers. And he keeps saying, yeah, it's not for hardcore gamers, It's kind of confusing why it's at E3, because most of the people that watch E3 are not necessarily hardcore gamers, but they're not just your average casual gamer. I think he said there's 3 billion casual gamers. So he's at E3, showing off this console that's not for gamers. And I'm thinking, okay, interesting, and he's showing these people having fun. And then he gets to the game, so he starts playing some of the games, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not impressed. Some of these games, he shows all these names, all these famous people, all these years they've worked, 600 plus years. How that's nice moustache. How that's related, I don't know. So he gets to some of the games here, and he's talking about things, as you could see there, the force feedback, haptic feedback. He's using these words to explain the console that really just don't mean anything. Every other console have a lot of these features, haptic feedback, vibration. He talks in about how if you're playing, I think it was Asteroid or something, you can just jump in and play with another controller. And I was doing that in the early 2000s at the arcade. You can just add a quarter in and join in your mate. There's always been a feature. all these different things. It's really not for me, which is fine. But I'm really struggling to find like who it's for. You've got these card games, these games you can play on your phone. Actually, these games you can play around a table. You don't even need software. Like why? I don't know why you'd want to play these games. So here's he playing, what is it, cornhole or something. And look at that, like the lag in between throwing the dice out. I'll go back and play there. So throws at at least 1 to 2 seconds of lag after, and he's showing that at E3, and I'm looking at this thinking, what the hell? Anyway, I'm watching this, and I'm pretty sure this is a phone game. And now there's picture here. This is cornhole, and you can't even see the footage. He's standing in front of it. And yeah, overall not impressed. Now here's the controller. It's kind of cool how it lights up. Wow, interesting. Showing off a touchscreen. Yeah, great. I've been aware. I've been on this planet in the last 13 years. Everyone's had touchscreens. It's nothing new, nothing interesting. I just want to see the games. Now, comparison here, some of the classic Intellivision games. Look, they aren't much. You've got your Pac-Mans here. What's this one? Shark. A lot of the games are that basic, basic kind of jump in and play for a few minutes, get a high score, try and improve your score. It's those kind of games. And there is a degree of difficulty with the games. So this is where I think people who like the original Intellivision may not like this current Intellivision. It's that if you have a look, these games look so easy. And he said they're easy, they're for grandma. He was saying grandma is going to come over. Be so excited to see her grandson and granddaughter. Hey, how you doing? And what's she going to get? An Amico controller in her face. Hey, non-gamer, come sit down and play Amico with me. Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay, grandson, granddaughter. How about we sit around and talk and tell me about your day? No, I want to play skiing. And if you can't catch up to me, like look at the color on the remote and that will help you catch up. Because you're a non-gamer. It just doesn't make sense. And they should have put like harder games on here. If it was targeted for a non-gamer, well, a casual gamer, or the non-hardcore gamer, they really should have just lowered the price. Because if you're a non-gamer, why are you going to spend $250 on a console for gaming? It really doesn't make sense. And then he went on about how this charges, like wireless charging, phone did that. I'm pretty sure my Wii did that. And there, yeah, he's just showing all these games. And the one thing I felt about this game system is the actual graphics. They're just completely off. They don't have. He's appealing to the nostalgia. Like, look at that. That doesn't look good. It doesn't look. I don't think it appeals to anyone that I know. And this non-gamer target audience he's aiming for, maybe they would like it because they don't really play games. But yeah, so I'm looking up online, like who's actually like supporting this and what reviewers are like reviewing it. And I come across this guy, Smash JT. He's supporting it. He's apparently played it. And yeah, he's repping the Amico merch there and telling everyone it's going to be one of the best things coming out. Now, I've noticed there's a lot of these kind of small YouTubers who are jumping on the bandwagon with their Amico merch. There's actually like a podcast, because I've just been scouring YouTube. trying to find something like that's going to make me want to get this console. And they're talking like so highly about this Amico, but like, let's look at it. Like, this is some footage I found on some guy called Leo's channel. It's actually a pretty good channel, and he goes over like the lag in some of the games. The console wasn't ready, and now so this is what these guys are excited for. Let's have a look. Sesame Street, Care Bears. You've got to be joking. How can you be excited for that? And to my surprise, apparently these games are free games that are out already. So if they're really that excited for these games, just go play them. They're out now. This game here, it looks like something I used to play back in grade school. Looks like Adventure Quest graphics or something. Now this is a game that already existed called Fox and Forests. It's actually quite a nice looking game, and they've completely butchered it with these Flash mobile graphics and halved the difficulty. I was reading a interview that a journalist called The Geek Getaway. Highly recommend checking out his channel. The Geek Getaway, he interviewed the actual guy who made and developed the original Fox and Forest game. And apparently he was inspired by Ghosts and Goblins. Now, I don't know, it really shows how much of a sellout he must be, because this game is nowhere near the difficulty or even just, how good Ghosts and Goblins was. He's sold his game to Tommy, and with it, his whole vision. His vision of a difficult game, a Ghosts and Goblins-like platformer that's difficult. Now it's just been completely erased and made easy and pooed on, make the graphics look bad, just to put on this console. And this is what I'm starting to get around to, is why make a console with just crappy phone games? Like, what was Tommy thinking? Why didn't he just make a game? As you could probably see, he is making Earthworm Jim 4, which is pretty good. I'll give that to him. Earthworm Jim 4 coming out. How exciting is that? But no gameplay of it, and how these games, most of these games already exist. So let's have a look through the E3 presentation. Like, these are all games, almost all games that exist. So the guy who made Fox and Forest, he's making this Shark. Well, no, this is actually Echo the Dolphin reboot, which is weird because it wasn't a great game. Who's excited for that? This is what's it called? Evel Knievel, which is a foreign game from 4 years ago. If you want to spend $250 to play that, have fun. Another game that's already out, Rigid Force. You can get it on Switch now. It's on sale. I think it's like 50% off, 75% off or something. R-Type inspired. Not a bad game, not a good game. Now, keep in mind that Tommy did say at some point that a lot of these games are exclusives. How are they exclusives? Well, it's exclusive because it's on the Amico and it's got one added feature where you can add in another ship. So I think he shows it here. There's another ship in the game, and there's touchscreen feedback and the lights are glowing. That's how it's an exclusive version. Yeah, but I remember in 2019 you were saying exclusive games. This isn't exclusive. This is garbage. More garbage games. Really bad soccer game. Like, FIFA's bad enough, but look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my god. That is hilarious. This is cornhole, I think. Pool. You can play pool on your phone. Now, most of this stuff that you could do on your phone, keeping in mind that you can use your phone as an actual controller. So I think most of these games are made also to work on your phone. So yeah, the reason why I'm so mad is that Tommy's butchering Intellivision, the actual brand. And like I said, I have family members who adored the original Intellivision and were excited, and they send me messages saying, "Oh, look, it's coming out, this Intellivision 2019." And delay after delay, blaming COVID, and after all this time, it's the same footage apparently that was out years ago. I'm having a look. I'm not seeing like any new exciting like footage. And one of the main things too is like we don't even know if this is actually running on the Amico. And the reason why I'm concerned is because people are showing it here. This Leo guy, Leo DS, his name is. He analyzes the frames of the games, and he's able to show that there's some funny business going on in that. For example, this is Tommy's hands here showing footage of Finnegan Fox, and when he's pressing the buttons, they just aren't moving how Finnegan Fox is moving. So apparently what's happened is the controller was inverted with lag. That or it's a pre-recorded gameplay and they're faking footage on the remotes. So this is back in February, keeping in mind this was meant to be out last October. So they haven't even got the hardware like sorted for this console. Now another source that talked about the lag was IGN Middle East. Now IGN Middle East reported that the controllers weren't responsive. They were trash. And Tommy went in and said, "Oh no, this is an old firmware. You got the wrong firmware. How dare you? Blah blah blah." Well, update the firmware. Send him the update or send him the patch. You've said it's 99.9% done, yet you're sending old firmware on controllers to IGN, and when they're reviewing it, you go, "Oh no, you're a hater." Blah 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 blah. Like it's just cop the criticism. Admit that the controllers just aren't ready. Admit that, oh well, there was lag. Why didn't you just send the update for the firmware or update the firmware? If it's old firmware, that implies there must be new firmware. Yeah, so a lot of these YouTubers that are promoting this game, and this is why it really pisses me off, really bad. Mainly because I'll give you an example. Those 8-bit do or 8-bit do controllers, you can look it up. Basically, every YouTuber was saying, "Oh, the 8-bit do SN30 Plus Pro controller, best controller you can get." All the comments are like, "Wow, this is great. Wow, this is great." I ordered one. It was so shit. The D-pad, left D-pad would drop input. The right D-pad would jam in and click. I'm thinking, what the hell? This is crap. If you want to play COD or if you want to play Fortnite, sure enough, yeah, the analog stick is fine. But I wanted the D-pad. And I sent it back. I said, "This is garbage. Send me another one." What do you know? They sent me another one, the exact same problem. I'm thinking, what the fuck? These YouTubers, one of them was Spawn Wave, another one's RGT85. They're all going on, and I'm thinking, how could they? Is this a problem? I go on the forums, Shmup forum, these different forums I'm on, and they're like, yeah, the SN30 Plus Pro has a manufacturing defect. The right D-pad button has a bit of plastic that somehow isn't stable or is broken off in most, if not all, manufactured SN30 Plus Pro controllers. And that causes the left D-pad to not sit properly as well. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? And then I realized, hang on, I'll go back and look at these reviews, and they're just shilling for the controller, and they don't even really review the actual D-pad. They were reviewing the color. They were saying, "Oh, the color, look at the button, the analog stick." I'm like, well, the D-pad, tell me about the D-pad. This Switch doesn't have a D-pad. I'm picking up a controller for the D-pad, and it's trash. And I'm seeing a similar thing with these guys here. So this guy had a ride in Tommy's Ferrari. Tommy bought him a shirt. He might not have shirts at home, I don't know. And now he's loving the Amico, talking about it's the best gaming experience he's had, how excited he is for it, jumping up and down. But what is he jumping up and down about? Let's have a look what he's jumping up and down about. He's jumping up and down about this. Phone games. Phone games. Look, let's have a look. Night Stalker. Yeah, this is great. I mean, it's fun. Breakout, sure. Sure, great. These are all phone games on a new console at E3. Is this for real? I just have not seen anything. And then this has got to be the funniest thing that I've seen ever at E3. This could probably be one of the biggest embarrassments committed at E3. And I know there was one in like 2010 or something. I can't remember who exactly it was. Maybe it was Konami. I think they did something kind of weird. But this is just hilarious. So this is the new trailer they dropped the other day, and this really grinded my gears because I think this was it. No, this is different. Again, just simple gameplay, simple phone. Yeah. I think if the price was like 100 to 150 max, absolute max, and had games that were actually good on it, I could see myself getting this. I think they should have, from what I thought it was going to be, it's just an Intellivision pack of old classic Intellivision games, and then maybe expand out and maybe make your own retro-inspired games, but not this. Ugh, look at this. That's so gross. Ugh. Terrible. I don't know what to say. I'm pretty disappointed. Pretty disappointed. Now this is one game I was pretty excited for, the Moon Patrol, whatever it is. And look at the frame rate drops there. It's got these weird graphics. And they're talking about, the exciting gameplay of Moon Patrol. Like, all you're doing is just jumping and shooting. Like, there's nothing really. Ugh. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on this system. We'll see how it goes. It's meant to come out in October. Tommy tweeted the other day saying something like, we'll see if we get the chips in July. If we don't get the chips in July, we'll have to wait and see, and maybe that we didn't say delay, but he was kind of hinting at it, and I think it will probably be delayed. Again, let's have a look at some of the classics on the. Let's pay homage to what Intellivision was, and it wasn't the best console, but I don't know what Tommy's really going for with this new one. He's really stuffed up. He should have just made Earthworm Jim 4. I think he should have just made that. He should have funded that. Everyone would have jumped on board and really concentrated on making one good game instead of like 48 shit ones, And Earthworm Jim's probably not even going to be made. The original creator's not on board, apparently. We haven't seen any gameplay footage. We've seen like a cinematic trailer of Earthworm Jim running to the side, and then we've seen like, I think this. Oh, we've got to find it. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. It's somewhere here. Yeah, we've seen this. Here's this exciting E3 announcement for Earthworm Jim. Guys, pictures? Where's the gameplay, mate? Alright, anyway, I didn't really know what I was going to talk about today. It's just really frustrating me that this guy's ruining the Intellivision brand. He's stringing people along who have money in pre-orders. And he's going to release a garbage console that no one's going to like. That really only collectors, I think everyone who is excited for it are just collectors, retro game collectors. Or they're just YouTubers trying to find a niche market. And when the console comes out, it'll just be, just like RGT and all these other YouTubers who do eShop sale videos, every bi-weekly sales. It's just going to be the same thing. Amico store sale this week. Out of the 30 games, 2 are on sale. Get this one. Or let's play some cornhole. Or let's... I can't imagine anything worse than playing this console, really. Alright.